Hi everyone, welcome back to World Class Inventors. We're still on provisional patents, and today we're going to specifically zone in on the forms, the two forms, the SB15, which is the micro entity status form, where the cutoff of your gross income as determined January 21, and it's still good through this year of 22, is $202,563. So if you earn less than that, you're entitled to sign this affidavit and get the microentity status, and your fee for filing a provisional will be $75. The other form that we're going to be zoning in on is the SB16, which is the Provisional Patent cover sheet. I'm going to just simply show you where they're located and how to fill them out. And then I'll give you some tips on downloading, signing, then uploading to your account. And I'm going to take you into the USPTO this time. Instead of going on my personal account, I will bring you to a link that lets you sign in directly as a non-registered user. And this is what I did the first time for my provisional patent. I filed my provisional patent as a non-registered user, and then I filed that with the USPTO. And then after the fact, I went and filled out the 3 separate forms to become a registered user and to get a registered user's number. And as I said in the prior video, this registered user's number does a couple of things. It links your USPTO account with yourself and with your provisional patent application. Or it could be, in this case, a non-provisional if you chose to file it this way as well. What allows you to do is to look at the office actions and to interface with the USPTO from this portal. But as I mentioned in the prior video, it's not necessary to become a registered user to file a provisional patent application, because there's not going to be any office actions on your application whatsoever. Nil, nada. There's no reason to deal with them. What happens with the provisional is you upload it. Once they approve it, and they do electronically immediately, they allow you to pay for it. That $75 that you pay if you're a micro entity gives you a date certain or a priority date from which to go off of for 365 days. And during that period, you follow up with a non-provisional patent application with real drawings, a real specification, and most importantly, real claims. That's the application you want to follow and have an interaction with the office on, not the provisional. The provisional is just stored in their database, and it basically clocks in your idea. It is no different than when we used to come up with an idea and mail it to ourselves in a certified letter, request receipt requested, or go to a bank or some other type of office, present your idea to the person who's a notary and have it notarized and put it away. They've done away with all that. They're following the European system under the CARES Act, and it is now the first to file. It is not the first to invent. So this is just a filing procedure. Okay, so I'll meet you over on the internet side of things, and we'll get on the USPTO's site. I'll show you exactly where to download these documents, how to fill them out. They're very simple. Then we'll upload them. And we're going to do this on a non-registered portal. So I'm going to take you directly to a place where you can begin this process. Okay, see you in a minute. So we're back on the internet again. And the best way to get to the USPTO's front page is to type in uspto.gov. This is their front page. We want to go to patents. So when we click on patents, this box comes up. This box is blocking where we need to go. So you just click over here and this will open up. This is where we're going to work out of. Forms, filing fees, payments, and apply for a patent. So the very first thing I want to take you to is filing fees and payment. So here we have two fee schedules, one for patents, one for trademarks. We're going to go here for patents. Scroll down a tad. And right here, just like I mentioned the other day, and I've mentioned a few times before, there's only 3 categories of patents: utility, design, and plant. Now, this is where we want to be. Provisional application filing fee. This is a large entity fee, major corporation. This is for somebody, an individual or a company, that makes over $202,563 a year. If you make under that, you're going to file this fee, $75, the microentity fee. So, if I scroll down real quick, it just shows you how many various fees there are. So we come up to the top of this page again, and I want to show you something. Microentity status. Type that in. I'm going to show you in writing what it is, and we're going to get that form and we're going to fill it out. So we go right here. And as I mentioned before, it's based on your gross income. Here's the fee. Here's the gross income for the year 2021, 2022. It's $202,563. If we click here, we'll get to the form. Now, these forms are fillable online. So let's fill this out. We don't have an application number. We don't have a patent number, but we have the name of the inventor. Put your title. As best as you can figure it out at this time. Hopefully it will be the same title that you're going to use on your non-provisional. Make sure. I made sure that I put in the tangle-free flag, and this is what I used in the non-provisional. So be very close or make it exact. Your signature, we'll talk about that in a second. Your name. Make sure you use your middle name. The date. Telephone. There is no registration number. This form is completely filled out. Now, you can download this to your computer or you can print it out directly. What I did was I downloaded it to my computer, I printed it out, and then I signed directly in cursive, and then I uploaded that file back to my provisional file patents, and I made a specific file. That's what I did, but you can do anything you want. You can get an Adobe app, a Microsoft app, or any number of apps, and you can sign this right now online, but I chose not to. So let's click out of here. And let's go back. Keep going back. So I showed you the fees and I got you the application for the micro entity. Now I'm going to take you to forms and we're going to get the SB16 form, which is the Provisional Patent Application cover sheet. This goes in alphabetical order. And you can check this out on your own, but we're going to go all the way down till we get to provisional patents. Here's where we want to be. We don't need the guide, but we want this form, the SB16. So here's the form SB16. You can see it right there. So I'm going to fill this out for you. Okay, your full name with your middle name, your last name. Title of your invention can be up to 500 characters max. Try to put the name that you envision using when you move ahead and file for your non-provisional. Now, it's a little daunting when you're first doing this without a tutorial and whatnot. Like, for example, this box. You're not familiar with all this. It says the address corresponding to the customer number. Well, you don't have a customer number. I'm going to show you how to get one, but that can throw you off. And then this one, firm or individual name. Well, there is no firm, but there is an individual name. I'm just trying to eliminate any of the questions you might have. Now, your address. Okay, and you put in your telephone number and your email address. So make sure you put in your full name with your middle name, your proper street address, which this is made up for me. And here, I don't know, do you check application data sheet? No, you don't. So this box is confusing too. In my particular case, I had drawings. I had 2 sheets, so I'm showing you as if we were doing mine. My specification, which was the body of my provisional patent application, that was 18 pages. I had other, and I believe I had 16 additional pages of photos and I tried to make my provisional as thorough as it could be. So you don't check this off, just fill this out. Again, if you notice, it says $75 for a micro entity. That's a $202,563 cutoff. Anything above that, you're going to pay double, which is $150. Now, you don't check off this first box, you check off the second box, and that's because it says applicant must attach the PTO SB15A or equivalent, and you're going to in this application if you make under the 202 grand. So you fill out the dollar amount. This has to do whether you're working with the government or a governmental agency. You hit no in most cases. I didn't sign it. As I said, you can use an internet signature, an application from Adobe or Microsoft. I chose to download mine again and sign it manually, and then I uploaded it to a file. Make sure you print out your name, though, right here. Don't forget that. You have no registration number. You have no docket number. Just put in the date, please, and your best telephone number. Okay, so we're done there. And let's go back to the front page, apply for a patent. And we're going to go right here. Now, this is where I would sign in. I hit it just so you could see it and refresh you. I'd put in my email number, my email address, and then it would want my customer number, and I would go from there. But this is how I did it the first time, and this is how I suggest you do it. Do it as an unregistered customer, and you can get your customer number later. So you hit that. And it says registered e-filer, but you're not. This should be checked off. I don't know why this is, but read it. Welcome to electronic patent filing for unregistered e-filers. This should be checked off, but they have this. And if you check it off, it's going to get screwed up. So just don't do it. Let me fill this out for you and we'll get moving. It doesn't want your last name. It just wants your last name and your first name. It doesn't say anything about your middle. Put in your email address. I'm just filling that out with the fictitious email address so that I don't get kicked out of the system. Then the next thing, if you recall from the prior video, video 21, you hit new application. Nothing in here pertains. The only way you can get to provisional is hit this utility radio button. And the only one you want right here is it says provisional. Hit that. And we continue. All this other stuff that you could check out under these eyes, they don't pertain. So we just hit continue. Title of invention. There is no attorney docket number as we discussed last time. Again, our full name. Remember, we don't hit the customer number. If you had a registered customer number, you would. And you'd fill in your number right here, and then off to the races you would go. But since you don't have one, you hit this, and a correspondence address box appears. So you put in your name. Your full name. Your street address. City. And I hit this, and I'll show you why. It just saves you a little bit of time. Goes right, fills out the state in the United States, your postal code, your phone number, and your email address. Okay, that's all you have to do. Just fill out your name and address as if you were buying something on the internet for the first time. Hit continue. Here's what pops up. Name of your application, your name. Rose Street is wrong, so let's go back to application data. I'm going to check my spelling, hit continue. 10 Rose Street, Point Pleasant, my phone number, my email, and of course it's going to come up with me, and it says provisional, all right? Now, choose a file. And we are going to first do our, our micro entity. We do it right there. I'm going through this again with you for the second time. This comes under entity status correspondence. It's the only time you will use it. And it's a micro entity based upon your gross. So we add that file. Now we're going to choose another file. And the next file that we have to do is the cover sheet. We hit that. Now this time, it's not under entity status. Entity status shows up because that's what we did here. But we're going under application part. And we come here, and it is the provisional cover sheet SB16. Those are two things that you put on if you make under the 202,000. This has to be uploaded no matter whether you're a large entity, a small entity, or a micro. Now we're going to hit choose file again, and we're going to hit Provisional Patent Specification. You hit open. It's in the application part. See? It's not a priority document. It's not general transmittal. It's application part. And see how it says specification? Hit add file. And just for kicks, I'm going to show you this. I had 2 drawings. And we could add them, but we're not going to. We're going to do that in a future video. So now what we do, we don't have any more. But here's the 3 basic things you must do. If you're claiming micro entity status, this has to be uploaded. The cover sheet must be uploaded, and of course your specification. And in a future video, I'm going to show you what these all look like, especially the specification. So it says, please upload and validate. I know I'm doing it for the second time, but if you're interested in not making any mistakes, you'll be happy I'm doing it. You want the blue triangle. This yellow one always seemed to have popped up. I can recall even back then it popped up. Disregard this. They're still going to take this file. The only time that you have to edit or delete or remove the file is if you get an upside down red triangle. They will take it with the blue one, of course, and they will take it with the yellow, and they'll fix it on their end. So we hit continue. And here's the big thing. We hit provisional, and we hit micro. Now your fee comes down to $75. If I hit small entity, your fee would change to $150. If we hit regular undiscounted, it would be $300. So make sure you hit micro, and make sure you hit this. If you don't hit this, you won't be able to fill this out. So you hit this. This box has got to have a blue check mark. and you type in $75. Okay? And we didn't exceed the 100 pages, so we're good. So we hit continue. We're all ready to go. All I have to do is hit submit, and we'll go off to the credit card section. And again, let's just show you what my application looked like. So we'll go back right here. I want to show you what my microentity status application looked like. My name, improved flag, my signature, and my telephone number. So click out of that. I want to show you what my cover sheet looked like. My name. Remember, I didn't fill this out. My name again. My address is redacted. My telephone, my email is redacted. But I filled out this second box because I'm uploading the microentity status. At the time, it was $70. I had 2 sheets of drawings. I had 18 sheets of the specification. I had 16 sheets of related images, including photographs. And once you start exceeding 100, then there's a small VIG per page over 100. But you probably won't exceed that. And then it's self-explanatory if it is. Then my name, my telephone number, and the date. So I wanted to show you that. And while we're here, why not just show you my specification real quick? It had the SB16, which is the 2-page, which you have to have. This is one file, guys. Then I had my SB15A, which was my gross income. I was under, I think at the time, $198,000. It was less money. Here's my specification. We're going to go into this next time. My specification, it's 18 pages. Here's my brief description of drawings. I'll go into that. I'll show you about that. Here's my hand-drawn figures. I actually had 3 pages. It's not important. It's only documented on their end. And then I had some photographs and some illustrations. Okay? So that's it. So that's a complete tutorial on how to upload a provisional patent application. I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to show you how to get a registered number. And then the following video will go through some of the important aspects of what my application looked like to give you a guidepost for what you're supposed to do. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, and God bless. Bye-bye.